This is my life, taken for granted, used and cast aside, expected to be there for them, to cook their meals, wash their dishes and host their parties. What gratitude do I get from them? A never-ending pile of unwashed receptacles, a festering waste pile, an unattended mess. Walls stained with nicotine, the butts just tossed onto the floor. Signs and rules seem to have no meaning here. They come and go as they please, wandering past the piles of their own refuse. They have an interesting idea about hygiene, to say the least. It could be best described as a dirty storage theory. Whereas most domesticated human beings would wash their crockery once used and store them ready for the next meal, this bunch of urchins seem to prefer to leave the byproduct of their hunger all along my worktops and in the sink. Just washing what they need when they need it. Unless, of course, there is something else clean that fills their criteria. The majority of folk who desire a hot beverage and upon finding that there was not a suitable receptacle available would proceed to cleanse the appropriate item. Alas, this is not how things are here. Any item that is capable of holding a sufficient amount of hot liquid is considered. One has to admire that kind of twisted, yet resourceful logic. Please don't think of me as a prudish bore. I'm not against people enjoying themselves. I just feel a little more consideration and restraint could be exhibited at times. I don't know where they get their habits and culinary skills from. It certainly wasn't from any of my cookery books. How do they think an oven actually works? It's not some magical contraption that transforms ingredients into meals. Tossing an amalgam of items into it and leaving it on for a bit will not turn out what the rest of society generally refers to as food. These things take time, effort, learning, and a measure of patience. Putting a whole ham in a pan of water will not provide you with a roast dinner. Their efforts at cooking are feeble. Most people would heat the beans separately, then add them to the toast, rather than allow it to drip off the edge of the bread and incinerate in the bottom of my grill pan. Unfortunately, it seems that that particular page of Mrs. Beeton's has passed them by. However, what doesn't pass them by is the opportunity to have a few. I know what you're thinking now. Why don't I say something? Tell them how I feel? Or put my foot down? But it's not as easy as that. It's not that I don't want to, it's just I can't. I should stand up for myself. Make my voice heard. I would dearly love that. But I fear that even if I did have a voice they could hear, they wouldn't listen.